What are the top 7 tips on how to find the right real estate agent in Northern Virginia? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today, and here's the rundown. Hey everyone, I'm Darren Robertson, Realtor in Northern Virginia with Robertson Residential Group and Samson Properties. If this is your first time with us, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every week and you don't want to miss anything. So what are the top 7 tips on how to find the right real estate agent in Northern Virginia? Tip number 1, your agent should care more about you than making a sale. Real estate is a sales profession. It always has been, but I've never looked at it that way. I've always looked at it like I'm an advisor to my clients, not a salesperson. I never have to or want to sell my clients on anything. I'm advising them on every single step in a real estate transaction so that they know how to make the best decision possible in any situation. You shouldn't feel like you're being sold in this process. It should be a very easy-going process where you feel comfortable 100% of the time. You need to see a certain number of homes before you even feel like you have a good idea of what the market has to offer. So one thing you'll never get from me is, we've already seen a lot of homes now, you need to make a decision. That's not the right way of doing business, you know? Another easy way of spotting great agents this way who understand this, look at online reviews. Agents that have clients that love them and have had great experiences, you'll know that from looking over online reviews. Ask an agent that you're thinking about working with for references. I mean, they should be very comfortable giving you the names and numbers of their clients to help you understand what their clients really think of them. Tip number 2, your agent should tell you everything that's wrong with the property in addition to everything that's right with the property. In sales professions, so often when people are trying to sell a product, all they're doing is thinking about the stuff that's right with it, and they're telling their customer or their client about that. In real estate, in order to make a really fully informed decision, you need to know everything that's wrong with the property that you're purchasing as well, or thinking about purchasing. It's important to know going into any home purchase every single possible thing you can know about a home's condition, about the way that the home is situated, where it's located, what is its lot like. Is there anything in the home or on the lot that could pose a problem for resale in the future? I'm not a home inspector, right? But I've been in hundreds of home inspections over the years, and I've gotten a good feel on what to look for in terms of finding signs of deferred maintenance, age of roofs, age of major systems in homes. Are there signs of a wet basement or a basement that's been wet? Different things that you can spot that are not too hard to spot if you're really looking for them, that help my clients go into any purchase or any possible purchase with eyes wide open, which is the goal there. Tip number 3, your agent should be a great marketer. So this applies more to the selling side than the buying side. Buyers, statistically, the overwhelming majority of buyers start their home search online. So what does that really mean for you as a seller? You need to have an agent who knows how to get in front of those buyers. The MLS gives you a great amount of exposure, don't get me wrong, but you want an agent who's going to be going the extra mile with all kinds of online marketing. Another thing that sets my business apart from other realtors' businesses is that our website is not a typical realtor's website. A typical realtor's website is kind of like a glorified business card. It just lists the contact information for the realtor, maybe has a decent home search function that you can search the MLS, and that's it. Our website, we have put countless hours and a lot of money over the years into our site, and as a result, the search engines really like it. It ranks really high on the different search engines' search results, and as a result, it gets a lot of extra eyes on our site every month. What does this mean? Well, when you have thousands of extra eyes on a site, what we're also doing is we're featuring our listings on the site. So that's thousands of extra buyers looking at our listings every month that are not looking at other agents' listings. So it just gives the seller, clients, a lot of extra marketing exposure that they wouldn't have with another agent. We also invest a lot in pay-per-click marketing and social media marketing. That kind of stuff just puts a lot of extra eyes on every single one of our listings. So it helps our clients sell for top dollar. Tip number 4, Your agent should do a lot of sales on a regular basis, not just have a lot of years in the business. Why is this so important? In real estate, number of years in the business doesn't translate to the amount of experience an agent has. I can't tell you how often I meet an agent in a transaction that has been in the business for maybe 20 or 30 years, but they only average about 2 sales a year. In the MLS, you can look up an agent's production, and you should ask any agent you're interviewing how many sales they do on a regular basis. You can only get experience in this business by doing a lot of sales. That's it. Theoretical knowledge, class after class of how to be a good realtor and market knowledge. That's great, but you only are able to see everything that could go right and wrong in a sale when you've done a lot of sales. So it's just important to work with an agent who does a lot of sales. I consistently do a lot of sales every year. This racks up a lot of experience that I can pass along to my clients in the form of expertise. Tip number 5, your agent should be incredibly patient. A real estate purchase or real estate sale is not something that should be taken lightly. It's a very, very important decision. The stakes are very high, and it's a very expensive decision. You want an agent who's going to have endless patience for you as you're looking at properties and making a decision on which property that you want to buy. And when you're selling a property, when you're getting ready to sell and wanting to be educated on every single thing that could happen and could go right or wrong with your sale, how to price it, how to market it, all these things. A lot of my clients who are buyers, they start their search looking in a certain area, and then they realize that, wow, you know what? I can get a lot more home for the same money if I go farther out. We can get a bigger home, we can get a bigger lot. These kind of stories are really common, and it's very important to work with an agent who's going to be patient with you as your home search evolves. Sometimes you start looking at a certain price point and you realize, yeah, I don't want to spend that much money. I know my lender told me that I'm pre-approved for that amount. I feel more comfortable at this amount. You want an agent who's just going to be in your corner 100% the entire time and working with you and helping you make the best decisions, whether or not you're taking, 2 months to find the right home or 8 months to find the right home. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is you getting into the right home. Tip number 6, it's important to work with an agent who gives you their honest opinion, even when it's different from your opinion. If your agent has a different perspective than you, they should tell you in a really courteous, respectful manner. It's just good for you to go in fully informed on any big decision you'll be making on the buying and selling process. You might still make the exact same decision that you were thinking about making, but at least you hear a different perspective. In this business, it's important to be armed with all the necessary information in any particular situation, and then you can make a fully informed decision no matter what you decide to do. Tip number 7, your agent should have great analytical skills. This is very important on the buying side and the selling side. You want an agent who is a numbers person, who understands how to look at comparable sales in a specific subdivision, how those sales differ and why, how sales differ outside of the subdivision, and whether that's more important or less important in a particular situation. When you're getting ready to make an offer on a property, you need to have a solid, in-depth market analysis of the property in question. If you don't, you're flying blind. And on the selling side, it's very important to have an agent who's going to be doing the exact same thing, but helping you understand what's realistic in terms of the sales price range. And also helping you understand, okay, well, what does it mean if I decide to list my property on the lower end of this range or the higher end of this range? The answer to that question is going to depend a lot on the current market. You want an agent with strong analytical skills so that they can help you spot trends that are happening in the market. So now you know the top 7 tips on how to find the right real estate agent in Northern Virginia. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment down below and let me know if you're planning on buying your first home. And be sure to hit the subscribe button. We post new videos every week and you don't want to miss anything.